Alrighty. How is your day going, chat? I hope it's going well. Today we're going to do a little bit of a different stream because I don't really have a ton of stuff I need to 3D model. So instead we're going to actually plan some parts of the game. I don't know how I did that. I don't know how to fix that angle that I just made on this. Alright, whatever. I guess. Oh, there it is. But I hope your Saturday is going well. Hey, Chick, how you doing? So yeah, we're gonna just do. We're gonna start off with doing some planning. Because we really need to plan stuff. And there's a lot of actual big game decisions that we kind of need to make. In order to get this game into a state where you can play rounds and you can have an enjoyable time. You're doing quite well. There's nothing going on right now. That's great. It's oh, that's sick. You making 3D models and stuff? So plans. I think that our first step of action that we have to do is we have to decide how long we want each round to be. Yeah, kind of. That's fun. What are you making? So for round times, I think for right now, we're going to keep the game pretty simplistic in the fact that we are going to just have it be one round. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to do one round. And so I think if it's a one round game, I think 15 minutes seems pretty reasonable, right? At least that's in my thoughts. So I think we do all of our calculations based off of 15-minute round time. A lot of stuff, singular objects and environments mostly. That's cool though. Yeah, environments are really hard because there's just so much that goes on in them, right? Sci-fi kind of stuff. Yeah, that's cool. I'm sure it looks great. And when you post, let me know so I can go check it out. So I'd love to. So I think how we're gonna decide how much honey we need to collect is first we have to see how long it takes the bears to get to the hive and back, right? Because I think that's gonna be a big part of how much honey that we need each bear to collect. And so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna run that test real quick. We're just gonna run. I'm going to grab my phone, and then we're going to start a timer. Ooh. 10 minutes would be better, but I think instead of having multiple rounds, it's just going to be one round. And I think 10 minutes is a little short. We can do calculations based on both. But I'm going to start a stopwatch and see how long it takes us to get from where we spawn. Also, this is the new lobby. How long it takes us to get from the spawn to the hive with nothing. Okay. Oh, there's a timer up top. I forgot I added that feature. It's completely forgot I added that feature. Oh, and then I paused. I have to go restart it. I don't know. People are busy. Who knows? I was drawing. Hello. What were you drawing? Okay, so if we're here, we have... let's see. Okay. So we're gonna start here at 8 and see how long it takes us to get to the hive. What we're doing is we're planning out some of the game features, like how much honey we need to collect, in order for us to know exactly how much honey we should spawn and the win conditions, right? Because the win conditions for the bears are going to be if you have enough honey Like, so it takes 25 seconds to get from there to here. And that's like without any boosts and stuff. So if we assume 25 seconds, a minute round trip for like getting in the hive and back out the hive, we can take that as our estimations. But the win conditions for the bears, right, is going to be you get enough honey arbitrarily that we decide at the start of each round. As seen by this, right? When you throw it in, it'll tell us how much honey we need, or like it'll show like, oh, we're almost there, and then win or lose or whatever. I think the distances are a bit long. Yeah, I don't disagree with you, for sure. Maybe shorten it up a little bit, or maybe the issue, right, is it feels kind of empty. In the distance between, right? So I guess maybe we can make it shorter, but let's just assume that we're taking 15 to 20 seconds to get into the hive. So (15 to 20 seconds in the hive, out the hive. At least for now. Okay. So, or the player could be a little bit faster. We could play around with both. But I just want to get like rough values so that like when people go and play it, it's not like this is like a joke, right? Because like this is definitely going to need to be refined farther. But we're just trying to get it like close enough. But how's your day going, Hollow? And so if it's 15 to 20 seconds and we have 15-minute rounds, let's just assume it's like a minute between hives. So that's like 15 trips. Hey, always, how you doing? hope you're going good. It's like 15 minutes between trips. Or sorry. Hey, Mens, how you doing? Hopefully your day is going great. We're doing a lot of like planning values and stuff. Hey Zed, how you doing? Wow, everyone just showed up at the exact same time. We're planning like the actual game numbers, right? Like how long each round's going to take, how much honey we have to collect. Yeah, how much items are going to cost, how much upgrades are going to cost, stuff like that, because we're pretty much at the point in the game where we can like kind of start actually like playing rounds. I'm doing good. How's your guys' weekend going? For time, for like the round time, I think 15 minutes per round is probably like around what I want, or like maybe it depends if we do multiple rounds, but right now I'm just assuming like single round. You got candy? What kind of candy? What's your guys' favorite kind of candy with Halloween coming up? Like I think 15 minutes is kind of what we're gonna assume, and we just did a little test. Reese's is good. It takes about 20 seconds. Kit Kats are yummy. Twix, all good candies. I haven't seen a bad one yet. But it takes like 25 seconds to get to the hive. And so the amount of honey, I think, should be like, we should probably like assume like 3 honey brought back every time times the amount of times that you can get into the hive reasonably. Reese's is like peanut butter, not peanuts. Best candy is M&M's. I think I disagree, Zed. I think that's the only... M&M's are great, but like there are way better candies. So like 3 honeys per entry is, I think, something that would be pretty reasonable. Yeah, I know it might be slander, Zed, but I think M&M's aren't the best. They're good. They're good. I'll say it. They're good. So if we get 3 honeys, and let's just assume like 5 trips back and forth. I think 5 trips back and forth would be plenty. And then we times that by times the bears. So like, we'll just call this like question mark. Reese's are objectively the best. I like kind of agree with that. Reese's are pretty good. Also, hey Chris. Hopefully your weekend is going good. I'd say it's pretty reasonable. I think M&Ms are good, but I just never have them. Reese's are too dry. Yeah, I could see that. Team B for a while. So this is times the number of bears. So the amount of honey is going to be decided based on that your team or the bears need to collect is the honey times the trips times the bears. But I think we're missing one part of this because I don't think I'm going to make it be like you have to have even number bears and even number bees. So we're going to need some like bees in this equation somehow. I've never tasted a Reese's. You should get one if you ever see one. Also, guys, like the stream. We're at 1 like. Chat. Sour candy. I don't have chocolate so much. Sour candy can be really good, like gummies and stuff. But so, thank you. I appreciate that. A Twizzler. Twizzlers always look so good, and then I'm always disappointed. That's how I feel about Twizzlers. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the 6 from 1 to 6 likes instantly. So we're going to need to take something else into account. So I think it's going to be like the differential between the bears and the bees. Like if there are more bears than bees, we can multiply this by like 1.5 or something. Hold up. How do I erase this? I think what we're going to need to do is we're going to need like, this is like all going to really need to be tested. But what I think we probably need to do is we probably need to implement like a system like it's going to be bears minus bees and then like times this by like 0.5 or something like that. So if there are more bears than bees, we have to collect more. But what this does, if there's more bees than bears, that turns negative. So we're going to have to handle that somehow. Give the team with less members more power to balance the imbalance in the players. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to make the win condition slightly different based off of that. That's like at least my thought process on it. If I make the win condition harder for the people with more, that should balance it out. But like maybe this like doesn't work game design wise. I don't know. We're gonna have to test it. They're saying like €2 only Jeff Bezos can afford. But they're like €2. There's no way I'm spending that much on a tiny peanut butter cup. But chick, you've never had them before. They're really yummy. Like they're really yummy. Like I think best candy, honestly. That or Kit Kats. Kit Kats are also, yeah. Twizzler tastes like plastic cherry. It does taste like plastic cherry. How off topic, but how's Red Mist doing? I have not thought about it. I still have to make Bunger. I still have to finish Bunger as the joke. We can maybe. We could do a little bit of Red Mist modeling after we finish this, but we have a lot of stuff to get through here. No, they're good. They're good. Okay, so how do we make this so this isn't negative? We can just times this by. So if there's like 5 bears and 5 bees, that's also 0. So, this who wrote this? This doesn't work at all. This is really, really bad logic. Bunger. Yeah, we still got to finish Bunger. I haven't even reopened that file since last stream. Bunger for life. I had my life had a void until you made it come back with a sweet embrace of Bunger. That's how I feel. Never actually play Bugsnax though. It's frightening. So what we could do is we could do 1 minus. Okay, wait. How do we handle this? So that could be 0. At 0, we want it to be 1. So 1 minus this. Hey, Vange, Skibbity. I agree, Skibbity. I still don't think you would actually make them until I saw the stream. Yeah, I made Bunger. I don't know if it's the best Bunger ever that it's ever bungered, but he's a Bunger. You know. And then like this should probably be like, Bunger is a burger character from Bug Snacks, which is a frightening game. Make the legally distinct rebug. Yes. It's a very cursed game, but it's also really fun. So like, choose your poison. The best thing to come out of media ever. And then what we could do is we could like lerp this between like, I don't know how I want to handle this. We could just make it like 0 if equal. Oh wait, this just works, I think. I think as long as the differential isn't bigger than 1, bigger than 2, we're fine. So what we could do is we can just clamp this at like 0.8 or something. Who knows? Like, we'll have to play around with it. I made it to the final party in Bugsnax, but I got confused. Bugsnax looks like a really fun, cute, silly game until it goes full horror. You're a math teacher for a reason. Yeah, but this isn't like typical math. This is like weird math because I'm trying to like make this number fall between like 1.5 and like 0.5 based off of how many bears and bees there are. Like, I have to play around with numbers a little bit more and like actually like maybe make a spreadsheet. I should probably make a spreadsheet about this because I need like more concrete numbers, because like if we have like 5 bears and then like 5 bees, that becomes 0. We subtract that from 1, right? But then if we have like 6 bears and 3 bees, right, that becomes 1.5, so that'd be like negative 0.5, which like just doesn't make sense because if we're multiplying all this stuff together, so we need like clamps and like there's some stuff like I think this might be better like left to a spreadsheet. Because I don't actually know anything about spreadsheets, but this is like our rough how much honey you need to win the game logic, right? It's going to be the amount of honey each time you can carry times the number of trips that you're like estimated to make times the amount of bears, and then we have like something that subtracts for bears and bees, because if like it's going to be a lopsided game. Yeah, I have no idea what he's talking about. Sorry, what are you confused by, Chris? I can try and explain it. I haven't been paying attention to the video much, though, so I'm not sure what all that means. Like x times 5, or did I read something wrong? So, right, so this is the honey you can take in each trip. So the bears can have 4 inventory spots. So I'm just going to assume that you take 3, because if you bring an item along, you're going to have... you're going to have 3... You're going to bring back 3 honey each time. If each trip takes like a minute round trip to the hive, you spend a few minutes in the hive at 15 minutes, we can assume for 5 full trips for each bear. We're planning numbers right now. And then the amount of bears we have is also going to be times that, right? Because if there's 1 bear, they can bring back 3 honey 5 times, is kind of the logic. But what that doesn't account for is the fact that I'm not going to make it so that bears and bees have to have the same amount of each, right? It's going to be like you could have 3 bears and 5 bees. And so that changes the numbers in that we need to multiply this thing that we got by a larger number if we have more bears, and then multiply it by something less than 1 if we have more bees, to like balance out the fact that you can have more bees or more bears, if that makes sense. Yeah, so today's stream is more about just like planning out stuff and kind of getting like the core like amount of stuff that we have, because we have like the core gameplay loop. It's just we need the amount of things. You know, I may be coming after a long time, but can the bears fly yet? No, I have not implemented that yet, man. But I do kind of want to give them the like fly mode. Yeah, but that isn't strict, I'd say. Um, right. So this is just going to be like a very like rough estimate of values. Duck. Man face guy. Is that a mallard or a duck? Yeah, so this doesn't need to be perfect, right? Because we will fine tune this later. And also, I think it's also going to have to be dependent on about how much honey we can spawn or how much honey we spawn. So what we're going to do is we're just going to keep it this for now, I think, and then not take into account bears versus bees, because I think maybe just making it like so you can only have like, you have to have within one so that an odd number of people can play. So like if you have 4 bears, you could have 3 or 3 to 5 bees. Hey, Hollow Vessel, how you doing? Hopefully your Saturday is going good. What we're doing right now is we're planning like the actual gameplay numbers that we need to make a game like that's actually playable. When woman face, I don't even know what that means. The fog is coming, but so I think this is probably the solution, right? If we have a certain number of one character, the other character has to be within 1. Maybe multiply by 0.1 more or less depending on the team numbers. Yeah. And if we do it this way, it's actually really easy to just like say, oh, if there's 1 more bear than bees, we can like multiply by how much honey they have to get by 1.3. And then if there's 1 more bee than bears, we can multiply it by like 0.8 or whatever. Like those numbers are just coming out of my head. I'm a Vange for what? I have no clue what that says. I have to complain for a moment. No one has solved my riddle. I mean, it's definitely just Morse code. Hot take, bears don't deserve the bees' honey. It seems like you're choosing sides. I'm a vanish. Oh, you're going to vanish for a bit. I thought you said vanish. Yeah, no worries always. Yeah, I think this you're not on the B side. Sounds like you're on the B side. Sounds like you're spewing B propaganda. Ishmael from Limbus Company. I don't even know what that is. It's a moral dilemma. Yeah, so I think this is probably the solution, right? You force them to have almost equal number of bears and bees, and then just tweak the values slightly dependent on this. And that also just becomes easy because we can just get rid of this and then say, if bears greater than bees multiply by like 1.3, and then if bees greater than bears multiply by like 0.8, and then we could do else, which is when they're even, just multiply by 1. I'm just going to steal from everyone. That's the strat. Not from the bees, though, right? Really trying to get the bees to not be stolen from. Yeah, so I think if bears is greater than bees, 1.3, like these numbers are like not final, right? So we can fix this all later, but I think this is the true strat. Also, everyone who clowned on Pirate Software, I think he's super skilled at something. He's super skilled at writing with a mouse, because this is impossible unless he uses a pad of some kind. Like, I can't do this. It's so messy. Okay, so that's like the honey amount values. You don't know who Pirate Software is? He like kind of got like canceled because he's like a game content creator guy who was just like super like cocky and entitled and didn't really know how to make games and kind of just clowned on everyone. But he always does like things on like Microsoft Paint, and it like he always like explains it like condescendingly on Microsoft Paint. It's kind of funny. But like he kind of got like low-key canceled because he was like supporting like something with games. I don't know the whole story. Heartbound wasn't that good. Yeah, that's kind of everyone's logic. 1 hour till Sunday. That's pretty late there. Okay, so next up we have to talk about currency and item costs. So I think I'm just gonna make it like easy and give like the bees. We're gonna give the bears 50 currency and then the bees 50 currency. Yeah, he was hating on Stop Killing Games. That's what it was. Thank you. Which is like kind of ridiculous if you're a person who makes games, but like maybe he just like, I don't know. 5 hours till Sunday. So we're just going to give them like 50 at the start. What items do we have? We have the shooter. We have like, this is hard. This is like the hardest thing I've ever done. Trying to write like this. We have the can, which speeds you up. Sign up on Stop Killing Games. I actually haven't signed that petition, but I'm not in Europe, right? Isn't that a thing in Europe? Like you can only, or like it's like a petition that's like in Europe, yeah. Yeah, it was only in Europe, so I couldn't. Yeah, I would have signed that if I was able to. So we have the can, we have the jump boost item. What other items do we have? We have car. We have speedy car. Why am I blanking? Oh, see-through item. I don't know. I calculated that wrong. 3.5 hours. That's all right. So the see-through item. What other items do we have? Why am I forgetting? Why am I blanking? Chat. My brain. Oh my god. What's the last item? Hold up. Fun fact, a while ago they did a study with bees where they could pick up either playing balls or pollen, and 94% of them picked up balls. Like, mini balls? Also, hey, Nuclear Cheese. How you doing? So 6.5 hours till Sunday? It's a bit. It's a little early there. The megaphone, that was the last item. Oh, and the flashlight. I forgot 2 items. We're just doing some planning stuff right now, Nuclear. Just trying to plan out numbers for the game. So flashlight, and then what was the last item I said? Oh god, megaphone. Like to play with them? That's crazy. So which item do we think of all of these has the most value? I think the shooter has the most value. I think we should make it the most expensive. If we start with 50, I think we make a shooter like 20. Like something like pretty big. And then the can I think is also pretty good. So like I think 15 for this. Jump boost I don't think is like the best item. We can give it like 10. You don't really, yeah, exactly. We're taking wild guesses at things, like assuming their value, and like we could be very wrong about the values and change them later. The car will allow for 4 people, but later in development, make the amount of money you have start with depending on your contributions. Last round of the game, we'll have multiple rounds. Yeah, I was debating whether or not to set up like a multiple round system or not. And if we do set up a multiple round system, I think that we do kind of need to like lower the time to maybe like 10 minutes per round. But like if we end up doing that, yeah. Is it just me or is the music distorted? It sounds good on my end, but like I'm also not listening to the stream. Oh, really? How about that? Does that sound better? Jay, you gotta let me know these things because I can fix it. I think. Does that fix it? You guys were just listening to bad music? No, it's not better. Um, it's still distorted. I don't know. An indie horror game. Back. My music tastes suck. This is Pokemon music. Are you clowning on Pokemon? Is it better now? Do I need to turn it up a little bit? How about that? No, it's fine. This is literally Pokemon. Yeah, but distorted. Play Subwoofer Lullaby. Maybe a little down. Sounds good. How's that? Is that reasonable? It's very, very peaceful Pokemon music. This is like my childhood. Distort, distort, distort. Play the ABS. Yeah, it's perfect. Okay, thank you. Yeah, if there's ever anything wrong with the stream, let me know, because I'd love to fix it, because I don't want to subject you guys to awful music. Subway Surfers gameplay or I'll get bored. That's probably like a pretty high tier strat for like game dev streams, because like I'm not doing anything like crazy exciting. It's not distorted anymore. This rage bait. Play the Subway Surfer theme. I can only play non-copyrighted music, and so this is like a cover of Pokemon that's not copyrighted. Yeah, it was Family Guy. Yeah, no movie clips. Well, I mean, objectively, right? This is, I think, less exciting than playing a game. But like, if you're interested in like the game dev aspects of it, like, that's fine. Honestly, I'm not usually good at staying in streams, but this is surprisingly an engaging stream. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. I try. I'm not the best streamer, but we try and do it every week at Saturday at the same time. Minecraft parkour. Okay, so cars. The 4-door car. How much value do we perceive that to have? No, that's pretty interesting. Thank you. Yeah, I do also want to like start streaming like games, because like I definitely need to play more games, but like I need to do it on like Twitch. 150 out of 50? That's gonna be an expensive car. Oh, that's also one other thing that we didn't talk about. Should your currency be communal? Honey balloons. Because I was actually debating making the Bears currency be communal. Chat, they don't have 125. They only have 50. So yes, because like I think that's like a really funny like gameplay aspect. Like one of your friends could just be like, "Oh, I'm gonna spend all of the money on like something ridiculous." Okay, so if it's communal money, what we could do is we can like up this to like we can up it to, they can start with 200. No, they can start with 150. No. They can start with 100. Wait. Yeah, or make it individual, but give more money to players. I think the car could be a little faster and then also a little bit more expensive. But that's why we have the fast car, because we have a fast car version now. Check, we have a fast car, and the fast car only holds 2 people. You can give them more than 50. Yeah, we'll give them 100. We'll give them 100 to start. Or what we'll do is we'll give them 35 per bear. Right? Because it should be, if it's communal money, it should be 35 per bear. By the way, if the bees or bears have too many people compared to the other team, they should get less money. Yeah, so like I think that also is something that we can definitely set up. Something that needs to be thought about, just like how it was over here, where we gave the less honey collected, they should also probably get less money. Upgrade the normal car to be faster. That is a great idea, chick. But that sounds like a lot of work. I think you meant communal like a bus. But like, so I think the bears are going to be communal. Should the bees also be communal currency? Should it like all be the same currency? Or should everyone share their currency? Because the bears don't actually have anything that like upgrades them individually, but the bees can upgrade like their like walking speed and flying speed and like buy stuff individually that like can't be shared, because you can throw an item to any other person, but you can't like transfer your abilities that you buy as a bee. You can make upgradable stats. Yeah, so the bears don't have any upgradable stats, but the bees have upgradable stats. I kind of like, I am a little scared to make it like communal for the bees, because like if you have two abilities, right? Like what are our two abilities? We have like the shooter, right? And we have the wall. If it's communal, what if someone like gets to the upgrader before you and then spends all of the currency so you can't get either of these two abilities? Then you kind of can't do anything to hinder the bees or to hinder the bears. Right? And that's why I'm like a little hesitant to say, oh, yeah, exactly, I would do that. I'm getting, which it's fine if you do that as a bear, because like everything you can just be like, oh, I bought 5 honey shooters and I'm going to keep them in my inventory. But then you can just throw one to someone later on. Item idea: hard hat that blocks one of the shots and goes on cooldown for 10 seconds. That's not a bad idea. Like a knockback immunity item. I think that's a pretty interesting idea, actually. You could do everyone has their own money, but you can share it. We could do that. Give, I'll keep it, and give none. But you only have 5 or 4 item slots, so you can't even spend all of the money with and keep everything in your item slots. The Hamburglar, but a bear honey burglar. Okay, so bears for sure are going to be communal. I think what we're going to do is we're going to set the car as 20 and then the speedy car as 20 as well, because they're serve different purposes. See-through item, I don't think this is going to be crazy expensive. I think we'll give it like 10. Flashlight. Excuse me. Flashlight. How does Balloons multiplayer work, Hollow? I haven't played multiplayer ever, so I don't know. I think it could be a little weird if it could be shared. Yeah. I think it doesn't really matter that much for like the playtesting, because like the amount of currency that you'll have is going to be the same, and it's like going to be like a tight knit, like whatever. But like, I don't know. Flashlight's going to be really cheap because I love the flashlight, and I don't think it actually helps that much. The megaphone, this item does not work, but I think it would be like 15 if I get it to work. $1 gets split across all. But isn't the online a terrible game? What do you mean, Nuclear? That Balloons. You have money, but generate it on your own and can gift it to your friend when they need it. I do like that. Right, so it's your own money, but if you need to like pool some money together, you can. I think we'll try that. I think maybe that will be the way that we do it. Random events that could happen at any time, spice it up. Also another good idea, because that can make each game feel way different. I think you wouldn't be able to share the money, but can drop and share items. Tornado. Tomato event? EpiPen for the bears. Heal you and speed boost. Okay. I think this is going to need some like thinking at some later times. But we can go and talk about perceived values for storage currency. Yeah, I was thinking about that, like an item that you can like drop and then sell. Make all items just like have a sell value, so you can get like some money back from them if you want. It's not a bad idea. So for the shooter, I think this is like the most important ability for the bees. I think we'll make it 15. And then I think the wall will also be like 15. I And then we're going to give the bees 40 per. Now we'll give them 35 per. Oh, why isn't Control Z working? Oh, whatever. I don't know. My keyboard... I need to get a new keyboard. It's bad sometimes. We'll do 35 per bee. It's a 1 in 1,000 chance a bear has a honey allergy and gets an allergic reaction every time it enters the hive and needs an EpiPen every 2 minutes. There are no NPCs currently in the game. That would just... I think it would just add too much complexity to the game. But if it like needs something else and it feels too simplistic, we can certainly like look into that. That's what I said. Yeah. So then we have walk speed increases. We have fly speed increases. We have honey traps. Pitfalls. Tripwires. And bear traps. Yeah, I'll probably keep updating it after it's launched. As long as like people like have interest in it, I absolutely will. But it really depends, because I have so many other ideas I kind of want to like start working on, but like I'm going to finish this first because let bears pilot the bee railgun. So what's a bee railgun? I think walk speed will be like 5. A cartoon show tier list next stream. I don't know if I promised that, Zed. We could run a poll, and if people want me to do it, I can do it. Laser on the bear cabin. Oh yeah, I do want to do that. I think that should be a. I think that should be something we do. Fortnite collab. Make a different map like the one in the sky underground. Oh. At fly speed, we'll also just give that 5. Honey traps, these are like the weakest trap, I think. So we'll give them like 10. Pitfalls are really overpowered. We'll make it 20. Fortnite honey grab. Tier lot. Wait. Fortnite honey grab collab when? I no clue. Tripwires, they're like all right. We'll give it 10. And then bear traps, these are like, I think the weakest probably. We'll give it 5. When you appear on SNL, when I'm funny enough to be on SNL. Okay. So, how do these values feel for these? The shooter 15, wall 15, walk speed 5, fly speed 5. Obviously, we're gonna have to like change the actual values of these things. Pitfalls 20, tripwires 10, bear traps 5. I think that seems like pretty reasonable. My perceived value of these things. Yeah, the shooter and the wall are pretty OP. Good point. I'm not very funny. No offense. I knew it. So right now, it's just going to be like you start with a certain amount of money. And like you just spend it. But like I think eventually when we change it to a round system, you get money carried over from the previous round. Like not right now, Hollow, but like good question, Nuclear. I don't have a great answer. Shooter is more like a one-time purchase. Should they have to choose between a shooter or a wall? Because I feel like maybe they should just be given these two things. Maybe like you don't have to unlock them and they're just given. And then they have less money overall. Because I feel like these are like crucial to the bees playing. If they don't have either of these abilities, you can't do anything in the game. So the bees right now, I was going to make it based off of how much money they stopped the bears getting from in each round. So if there was like 100 honeys, 100 things of honey in the hive, and the bears on this round only got like 50, they would get 50 coins back. Something like that. I think upgrading the shooter would be cool. Could work with the wall also. What do you mean by the wall, chick? You should add traits that are really expensive but really good, like a trap detection perk or slippery honey perk that make the bear drop an item. Yeah, so we have that. So like the bear traps, actually the bear traps should probably be more expensive than 5 because they make the bear drop all of their items. But like the pitfall, there's like holes in the ground that the bear can just like fall into and they drop all their items and lose it permanently. The game won't be free, Nuclear, but it won't be too expensive. I'm going to keep the price low enough to like not have that be a big barrier of entry for anyone. Thing that you put money into and get more out the next round, so it's like investing. So like you can like put like however much money in, but I feel like that being the only way to get money seems like it won't be a great idea. I think that as like an auxiliary thing to get money, great idea. But I feel like it being the only way to get money seems like stock machine seems like it would be annoying. I raised the bid to $2. The bid for what? Fish bank? I don't know what fish bank means. Yeah, let's see. How should the bees get money? I was also debating like making like a side game where it's like there's flowers outside, right? So if you're a bee and then like you like go to the flower, then you can get currency. And maybe that's like honestly what we do. Like make it like a little side quest. Like at the start of each round you have to like go get money. But I just feel like that maybe takes away from like the ability of like the bees to go stop the bears. Oh, he wants a poll for making a cartoon tier list. Should make a reverse map where the bees attack the bears instead. That would be fun. Actually, that's a great idea. Do a rank game. Bronze buzzers, silver stingers. I feel like I'm not gonna make ranked. I feel like ranked, like when you go into like a ranked game, it just like then I have to like handle like cheating and stuff like that. Like where if you're like just like playing with friends, like it's not someone else can make the poll. Brutal. If it's ranked, I have to worry about cheating a lot more, and like stopping cheaters is really hard. Like that's really hard. I don't know if people want to see a cartoon tier list. Okay, so this is just like general idea. So monies. We'll just say this is monies. I think that that's like pretty good. They made a Voltron show. I didn't even know about a Voltron show. Make the poll. Hey, Fun. Glad you're back. We were just trying to decide how the bees should get currency. Right? So we were talking about... So we kind of came up with prices for everything at like just like a random values. Like I think the shooter is really strong. I think the wall is really strong. So we're giving those like higher values. But we were trying to decide how the bees should actually make their money. Because we don't really know how they should make their money. It's been on Netflix for a while. Is it not Disney then, if it's on Netflix? First, we're making money, and I want cartoon tier list. But, so that's like the real question, right? Is I think we need to make it multiple rounds. I think we get rid of this and have multiple rounds. You can say how many rounds you want to play. It could be anywhere from 1 to 5 rounds. Or maybe it's 1, 3, or 5 rounds, and it's best of first to like 2, maybe. Maybe you give it like each round, right? You have 5 rounds, and each round is a win or a loss. Or it could be like at the cumulative value, like if you reach like 100 honey over 3 rounds. But that's like, again, I'm not really sure which way I want it to be yet. Like, I don't, like, should it be like the best of 3 rounds, or should it be like you are just collecting a certain amount of honey over 3 rounds? Because I think both kind of make sense, but I'm not sure which one sounds like more fun. Five minutes per round. It feels a little short to like, the map is like kind of big. Right? It's like, it's not a small map by any means. But do we like the you win each individual round, win or lose each individual round, or do we want it to be like a cumulative thing that you're working towards? 15 minutes. I think 15 minutes is probably too long for like if we're doing multiple rounds, right? Because I think I want the game to like be anywhere from like 30 minutes to like an hour. A good way for the bees to make money is to have specific spots on the map with big flowers that they stand on. They get money every 2 seconds. Yeah, I think something like that wouldn't be bad. If 45 minutes for one game is too much, yeah, and I kind of agree with that, right? So that's why you do like 10-minute rounds. I don't know. These are hard questions that like I think honestly it's gonna need playtesting. 7.5 could do 7.5, but like I think this stuff like is just gonna be like I'm gonna get decent enough values, and then after we get decent enough values, we're just going to playtest it, right? Because I think that's the only way to like know if our values are actually good. Because right now our values kind of aren't great. Or like they won't be great because there's no way of making sure that they're 100% great. We're just giving our best estimates, and like we want to define how the systems work. So it seems like people really want multiple rounds. So we'll do for sure a multiple round system. That is something that we will implement. 8 minutes, 30 seconds. I think we should actually have the rounds be 8 minutes, 35 seconds, and 22 milliseconds. I think that seems good to me. Okay, but bees want money. Yeah, they definitely do. So it's deciding between these two methods, right? Are we going to have the 3 rounds, or like the rounds be independent of each other and the only thing that carries over is the money? Or is it like your total progress on stealing stuff is carried over? And that also brings up the other question: should like the traps that you purchase stay between rounds? And should your upgrades stay between rounds and your items stay between rounds? Or should it be like 3 distinctive events, like a first-person shooter game would be, like an Apex, or sorry, not an Apex, like a... I don't play any first-person shooter games. Call of Duty would be, right? Where it's like a team deathmatch and you have like 3 different rounds. 7.5 could work. Yes, exactly, Zed. You got it. But does anyone have like a preference on that? There could be several game modes. There could, but I just want to like get to the core of it, right? Like I want to make like the core. You should make an ant minion that either fights for bees or bears and no items, but upgrades the item's stat should. Wait, what? You should make an ant minion that fights for the bees or bears. That would be kind of funny. Make a quota per round. And progress logs after a round. So the only issue with a quota that increases per round is that like something like that works great when you're talking about like Lethal Company, right? Where it's player versus environment. Yeah, I do want to make more money. I'm still in jail. Glad for your input, B. That works great in like a system like Lethal Company where your goal is to like fight some entity, right? Like to make progress towards some entity. But if you arbitrarily increase the amount that you need each time, what you're doing is you're making it easier for the bees, right? Because it's certainly approaching friend slop, right? You can call it that if you want to use that term. But it's definitely heavily inspired by like Peak and Lethal Company and all of that sort of stuff. Make the bears cost honey to revive after bees kill a bear. Yeah, we could do that. Like if you get hit into like one of the pitfalls, right? You have to like spend some of your honey to revive. I think that's reasonable. And Buzzy McBeaton come back. No, not Buzzy McBeaton. Hello, Tucson. Tucson, how you doing? Hopefully your Saturday is going great. We're planning some numbers for my game. We have a lot of numbers that we have to figure out. This looks like a overwhelming mess, but just know that like we're planning how long each round is, how much honey they have to collect. It's a game about bears stealing honey from bees, if you didn't know. And then like how much each item should cost, how much upgrades could cost, and like the actual structure of rounds. It looks overwhelming, but it's not. If you balance quota well, it would be fine. Make a ladder item that can help you retrieve items out of honey pitfalls. So that was actually something I really haven't talked about. Like I wanna you escaped. No, go back in jail. You're going back in jail. Rope so fellow bees can pull you out. Are you a 3D modeler or is this a jack of all trades stream? Actually, I'm not 3D modeling this stream, most likely, but I am mainly planning. So something that we haven't really talked about that's like kind of a really big bug and like something I really need to think about. Ignore all of like the I'm gonna turn off the sounds. Something that bees can kind of do right now is they can kind of... Oh, wait, let me buy an item. But usually I do 3D modeling on Saturdays, and I make it a stream. So if we upgrade and we buy, like, this item... watch what the bees can currently do. And I haven't really thought of a way to, like, stop this yet. But, like, you can just, like, hit it into the honey pitfall, and then it falls, and then, like, no bees can ever get that item back, currently. Like, so I don't really have a great solution to this. I think having to pay to revive isn't necessary. Yeah, I think you're already punished so much when you get hit into a pitfall that like you have to respawn and it's like really far away. So I think maybe that's like fine, but like this is kind of a big oversight on like game mechanics. I think because like you can't get that item back. Like it's gone. That's gone. Make the honey a deposit that bears harvest. Yeah, then like instead of having it be like this, I was debating the bears having to carry like a bucket, right? And then like if there be like little things in the world that they have to find and they have to harvest. I do think that's actually a really good idea. Hollow. I think that's a really good idea and just get rid of these items. And so like the bees can't just like delete the stuff in the world. That's a really good idea. I really like that. Can you put like a plane where only certain things can pass through? Yeah, absolutely. Susan, I could certainly do that. That was like one of the things that I was debating doing, just like having like an invisible plane over these things so that like nothing could fall. So nothing could fall in here, like just making like a collider. But like then I just feel like you lose a little bit of immersion. I don't know. Honey shooter variants when? Whoa, you added the transparent walls? What transparent walls? I think every now and then the honey jars would just go back up into place in their original location. Could do that. Bake wax honey surfaces that leave you stuck or decrease your speed. Yeah, so actually, nuclear, that's what these are. They let me... Oh, I didn't need to do that, actually. I could have just switched to bears. That's what those things do. Yeah, so I need to set up like testing stuff because I implemented the lobby and now everything has to go through the lobby or else it breaks. I need to fix that. We'll just buy like a item real quick. Get in the car, drive to the hive. You don't like bears? I think you're missing out on the beauty of being a bear. Yeah, but then you need to check if the bears are carrying it. Yeah, I don't like the idea of it just like spawning back up. I really like Hollow's idea of, so if you walk through this, like you get stuck and you go pretty slow. Why is the car green? It's a reference to Ben 10. And then if you land on one of these, your items get thrown everywhere. And then if you fall into a honey pitfall, right, it's really detrimental because it sends you back to the start and you lose your items permanently. But I do think Hollow was on to something and cooking with something when he said you should make it be like spots and you have to like come in here and like mine. Like you have to mine out the honey. And then you like get it in like a bucket and then like it's like something that's immovable in the world and it has like a set amount in each like deposit. Something like that. But if you fall into one of these, right, your items get thrown everywhere and you respawn. So that's like those items are gone. Like you're not getting that back. Also make a setting where you can hide your nose. Yeah, I should probably do that. I should probably do that. This game's super cool. Thank you, Tucson. I appreciate it. I've been hard at working at it. The scope is probably a little bit bigger than something I should have really done for my first like real game, but like I used to love Ben 10 when I was younger. Yeah, it's a Ben 10 reference. Minecraft reference. I actually don't think there are any Minecraft references in the game. Let's see. And yeah, there's proximity chat and all that stuff too. So yeah, I need to fix some of the outline stuff. I need to fix this entire thing. I need to redo this because this doesn't fit with the style at all. Oh wait, that's not what I was doing. I was coming over here. There's a bunch of references in here. Like there's a spy mask, hornet. Yeah, there are a bunch of references. Oh, also I haven't made a video about this. I add a text chat to the game. Maybe we can do that. I just think that proximity chat is like a big part of like the game design features. I made a windscreen. Classic mode. Try climbing the mountain. I know I can still climb the mountain. One Piece reference. Maybe eventually. I just feel like it's such a big part of the game, right? Like voice chat. Oh, also, I need to redesign this menu. I have some ideas for this menu that like I think will kind of cook. Like I think I have like a really good idea for a emote menu. This is also kind of a mess because I have the winning screen over and I haven't really debugged any of this stuff yet. So my idea for that menu is have it be like sunflower, and then each like thing is like each flower petal is a like emote. I think that would be really cute. So I might try and work on that later. You shouldn't expect everyone would talk to each other. Yeah, I think that's like fair, but I think that like most friend slop games, right, they assume that you know each other, right? And that's like the reason why you're playing together. Can you also make a FP TP view switcher for B and Bear? What's that mean, Hollow? Anyhow, have a phone item like group chat. Everyone who has the phone can see you talk with other people who have a phone. Yeah, we have a megaphone that's currently broken because I like changed how proximity chat works. So I need to actually go back in and fix that eventually. But like I'm dreading the idea of it because it's complicated. But like it'll just let everyone on the map hear each other. Oh, first person, third person. Ooh. I think I'd be fine with the bees having a first-person view, but I don't know how I feel about the bears having a first-person view. I mean, a third-person view. Like, maybe we could do it, and, like, I don't think it would be, like, it wouldn't be hard to implement. I just don't know if it would be, like, fun. You know? But, like, maybe it would be. I don't, maybe we just have to try it. And I don't know any of these people. Like, they're new. They can be new. What if you would be able to change it? I don't know. Like, maybe we can implement that. I think that would probably be fine. Emotes already, yeah, like the systems are there that if we wanted to do it, it wouldn't be that difficult. See you fun. It was good to see you. Hope you have a good rest of your weekend. It wouldn't be like hard to implement it. So maybe that's like just try it and like see if people like it. Like, I think that's a very reasonable thing to do. Like, I would entity thing, the people. What do you mean, Zed? You should add a Konami code and give a cute cartoon hammer that sends anything you hit flying. Yeah. But people that you like are fine talking to. Cause like I think you'd be fine talking with Chick and Hollow and all those people. Wait, so did people have thoughts on this? Because this is like the main question actually, and like how I should go forward from here. Like, should it be I don't know. It's like, should it be like you win each round and then it's like if you win 3 rounds. Sorry, yeah, I didn't explain it. I just said, well, should it be like this? And then I pointed to some really messy drawing. It's you have a certain number of rounds and then you win or lose each round, or should it be like you're working towards a cumulative goal? What do you mean you don't know? Because that's like the big question. Hey Pete, how you doing? Hopefully your Saturday's going good. This is, worst drawing. First to X is better than best out of X. Yeah. Sure. Right. But like, it's more like this is first of X or best out of X. Right. But then this is like a round system. Like it's continuous. Like it lasts between rounds. But maybe you just do have the quota go up and then it's the bees. Like it's like rather than like we could do a quota system, Hollow. It could be like you have a quota, right? We have a quota that raises each round and the bees are just trying to stop the bears from going more rounds. Right? That's how the quota system would work. Right, so the bees feel happy when it lasts 1 round. Or like maybe we count the total amount of honey that the bears get. But like that, I feel like this doesn't give the bears or the bees a way to win. And there doesn't necessarily have to be a way to win, because like with Lethal Company, right, there is no way to win. Your goal is to make it as far as you can. So maybe that does work. Maybe the quota for the bees is to stop the bears from taking a lot of honey. Like, but if both sides have a quota, it's just essentially this, right? It's our round system where it's you win or lose each round if there's a quota that they both have to keep. So that's why you can only make it really like one-sided quota. So the quota could be, don't let the bears take more than 5 honey. Or maybe we have quotas from both sides. The bears have to get at least this much. The bees have to stop them from getting this much. If it's in the middle, the rounds keep going. And if the bears get less, the bees win. And if the bears get more, the bees lose. I don't know. There's so much to think about. There's a lot to think about. If the bees don't want honey to get stolen, why honey in bear-sized containers? I guess you already have a quota right now. Yeah, but the quota doesn't, like, increase. Like, I think only one way of having the quota increase would be to make it the bears. I would say if you do that, then make it so you don't have to do that twice. Like, no multiple rounds. Is not today, chick. The game isn't like yes, you could hop in the game if you wanted to, but I haven't finished implementing / uploaded the round system yet. But like that will be up in like the next like 3 or 4 days. Like after I implement all of this, because I have to implement all of this and like make the money and like stuff. But if you guys want to hop in and play it, I have to go to lunch in like 20 minutes. So I can't probably today, but feel free to play if you guys want. It's on Steam. You guys know how to get access to it. Also, if there's anyone in the chat that wants access to it, join the Discord. There's a link in the description. And there's like instructions there how to play the game. Round events when? Double score, extra quota. Like random or like cartoon shoe tier list? I'm not making a cartoon shoe tier list. What am I eating for lunch? I'm going out with my parents. So whatever we see. I don't actually know where we're going yet. They're gonna tell me where we're going. Random, yeah. That could be fun. Changes the game up a little bit. Show, not shoe. Game tier list. I don't know enough about games to make a game tier list. Like if you want me to be like, yeah, I don't know what this game is, but like I've heard it's good, like we could do that. But like I'm not gonna make a good one. It won't be a good tier list. Do it. You make a list with the community suggestions so you don't forget them. In the Discord, we have like a suggestion page where people can like suggest changes that they think. I cast no caps lock on Zed. Can you actually like do that in like the YouTube chat? Is that like something that you actually did? That's pretty funny. Okay. My brain keeps going back and forth on this round thing. Oh no, it's not. That would be funny if you were able to do that. Sad day for Hollow. Like, but if you were playing a game, would you rather have an objective winner and a loser? Or would you rather have like a, if you stop them here, this is good, versus if they get that far? Right? Like, do you want like an objective winner and loser, or do you want a number based, like, oh, I collected this much honey? Because I feel like the like subjective way of judging it, like, oh, I made it this long and I got this much honey, is more of a thing that works when you're fighting against something that's the same every time. But because the bears and the bees are different every time, objective winner, loser, yeah, I think that's the way it kind of needs to be for this game. I think if you were playing against the environment, I think it certainly works that you don't need an objective winner or loser. I revoke no caps. Solve my riddle. It's a chipper. What is going on always? The OG version of the song is my fave. Daisy, Daisy. I don't know that song, I don't think. I'm not even gonna try and sing it. Hallelujah. Yeah, so I think it needs an objective winner. Objective winner, objective loser. Either the bears win or the bees win. Chipper, not chipper? I don't know what you're trying to say, Zed. You should make a slot machine in the middle of the field that does nothing except play a dinging sound of the wind slot machine. I actually do want to implement like a little bit of light gamba. Like just a little bit. Like random item. Like I think that's something that we're gonna add. It's just a random item. It just shoots out a random item. Make it like 10 or something. Like I don't know. Like I think that's something I definitely want to make. So objective winner or loser, it's Daisy Bell, right? I don't know. Always probably has the answer for that. Always has the answer for that. Or we don't make it round based at all, and we just have ways of getting currency in each round. I don't know. I'm so bad at making decisions like this because this is going to like define the rest of the game, right? Like so much comes down to like this decision. Because if you make ways of getting currency between rounds, like the rounds don't actually matter that much. And maybe it's just like you play 2 full days and it's like 20 minutes or something like that. Has someone solved the riddle yet? I don't know. Gotta go, I'm lagging too bad. Alright, see you always. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a good rest of your Saturday. I don't know. I have to do more thinking. Because the way that I was currently thinking about currency is that like it would be given to you based off of how you do after each round. You win a round, you get more currency. You lose a round, you get less currency. Put on the bear cap. Thinking bear cap probably help a good bit. I don't know, chat. I don't know. Because you get currency after each round, or you find a way to just give currency mid-round. The bears is a super easy way of getting currency in rounds. Cartoon tier list. I think not today. Maybe next time, if you can convince people to want it. we did a cartoonish tier list a few times ago. No. Make cosmetics unlock through achievements. Yeah, I think I want to do that. It's just a cartoon shoe tier list. If you can find a cartoon shoe tier list, I would do it. I would do a cartoon shoe tier list. Okay, we can do a poll. No, I don't have time for it today. Zed. We gotta do it next time. But if someone can like find a cartoon shoe tier list, I'd do it. Cause that's funny. I think that's really funny, actually. I heard another devlog once that making Steam achievements is very time consuming. Yeah, I don't know anything about that yet because I haven't tried to work with it yet. But I bet it is. I bet it's a pain. But I think you could do it reasonably. I don't think I'm gonna have like a ton of achievements, just like a few, like just like achievements on like how many bears you hit, achievements on how much like honey you collect, achievements on like how many traps you buy, stuff like that. So I have to do more thinking. It's so hard to think. Thinking is difficult. It's challenging. I don't have time for it. I gotta go in like 5 minutes. I can't, Zed. Definitely next time though we'll do a poll. Or like, that's why you should leave it to your community. Honestly, like there have been a lot of great ideas said. Like I really like the idea of that Hollow came up with, where the honey is just in the world, that it's like in a comb, and then you have to like go as a bear and then like mine it, like with like a pickaxe or like some like maybe just punch it. I don't know. Like you have to go mine it, and then you can like bring it back in a bucket. Excuse my drawings. Bring it back in a bucket so that like it can't be played with by the bears or by the bees. And a cartoon shoe tier list. Yeah, just let my community think for me. Guys, look at this masterpiece though. Truly beautiful. Okay. So, you have an idea, Zed? Go ahead. Say your idea. Next stream, tell us what you had for lunch today. I will do that. Absolutely. That's how my notes look too. I haven't eaten yet, so I don't know what I ate. I'll tell you next time. Tune into the stream next week to find out what I ate. Okay. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z was a phenomenal show that went on way too long. If you guys haven't seen Dragon Ball Z Abridged, I'd highly recommend watching Dragon Ball Z Abridged on YouTube. Great early YouTube, like, funny. Like, I honestly don't remember much of it, but, like, I remember it being so funny. Next short, you just say the food, no comment, no context. Definitely. Great idea. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I think maybe I'll make a short about asking like what people think. Would they rather have a like 3-round system, or like winner of each round, or like total collected, or just give them like all of the options and kind of explain like the design choices or design reasons behind each option. And then, like, see what the community thinks. Great idea. Plus what I ate. I had a jetpack to the bears. Ravioli. That kind of sounds like you made bear ravioli. It's a little concerning, Hollow. Let's not make any ravioli out of the bears, even though I'm sure the bees would like that. Practice is a good way to make a short-term flight to the bears. Yeah, we have like a jump boost item though. So I don't know if we need like another thing for them. Just a long pause. Ravioli. Make it really hard to control. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Okay, chat. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make a video about this and like decide in a few days. People actually eat bear meat. I've never had any. I mean, that makes sense, like especially like in like Scandinavia. I feel like there's lots of bears. Are there bears by you? There must be, right? Like black bears? Like maybe not where you live, but like there must be black bears up north. Yeah. Gotta plant the idea in your mind. And the food I ate. Make sure to tell us what you had for lunch in that video. Okay, I'll say what I had for lunch in that video. Not seen any ever. Yeah, fair enough. Like bears are kind of not to be seen usually. That sounds gross. I ate brain before. I am scared of eating brain because like there's like some like neuron stuff that like goes on. Like when your body consumes something with like that high of like cell tissue, like neurons, like it's dangerous because like mad cow disease, like stuff like I don't know exactly where I was going with that, but like if humans, you shouldn't eat brains often. Definitely like don't make it a habit because it can like drive you literally insane. They don't really know why, but like eating something with like too high of neurons can like really just be bad for you. Yeah. Very unappetizing. Yeah, like apparently like cannibals are typically fine unless they also consume the brain. I don't know why it's legal. But if you eat like a human brain, for example, right, you go literally crazy. And it's like something to do with like just like how high neurons it is. Like it's just too like physically dense and it just drives you crazy. Weird stuff. I'd stay away from it. It's like the one thing that like can drive you actually mad if you eat it. I've eaten shark before. Shark is fine. That's the best thing to talk about before eating. Fair enough. I hope no one else was trying to eat. It was cow brain, and I'm not a zombie. Okay, that's good. That's good. Glad you're not a zombie. Shark fins are the only thing people eat from shark, and then they put them back in the ocean. Really sad. Yeah. It's definitely sad. I've eaten shark that was like we used the entire body. Right. Thresher shark. They use a lot more of the body than like the most other sharks. It wasn't just like shark fin soup. Fake news. He is a zombie. I'm a penguin. Chick is a chicken. Vanta used to go by Chick. So yeah, sorry, Chris. Definitely a chicken. Yeah, so I'm the concept of chaos. Chris is a shrimp. All right. Fun stream, guys. I think we're going to call it here. We did a lot of planning. We did a lot of thinking. I have a lot to think about. I'm going to make a few videos on this stuff. I'm going to make a video about like a win-lose system today and like round timers and stuff like that. You don't know, but you're blue. Form of Blues Clues. Blues Clues was a great show. It was an amazing show. But yeah, I think we're gonna end stream here. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you for chatting. It was fun as always. That's why you do a cartoon tier list. Next time, maybe. But hopefully you guys have a good rest of your weekend, your Saturday. And I will see you around. Thank you, Chris. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Every Saturday we stream at the same time, so usually like an hour or two. But yeah, good to see you guys. Hope you have a good rest of your weekend. Thanks, Zed. I hope I have a bad weekend too.